On today's episode of the pod, we discuss day one jiu-jitsu class. How should you be feeling? How are you preparing yourself?
We discuss women's jiu-jitsu and building a good culture for your gym.
There's no need to gym hop. UFC BJJ sucks, and more listener questions.
Not going anywhere for a while? Have a veiny ass Snickers.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the pod. My name is Kenny, and I'm here with my fucking homie, Matt Vega, Mr. Oast Nation himself. Brother, New Year's Eve is over. We knocked our first episode of the fucking year out. We're back. We're fucking back.
We're so back. Like fucking big set of tits, dude.
Lock in 51 weeks. Fucking let's go.
50 to go, boys. Yeah, man. Hey, do you remember New Year's, Kenny? This you brought up New Year's. I got to bring it up. They're definitely not as cool as they used to be. They used to be a lot cooler. Do you remember like 2003, the triple kiss, where you just put your face in a group of girls and they would just start making out in the middle?
Brother, I don't want mouth herpes.
Hey,
and I lived in
hey, I was in there.
Oh,
and I remember one New Year's party was crazy, dude. Everybody was like, the triple kiss thing was, everybody was just like cuddling in a huddle and just kissing, like almost like a rugby scrum, just making out, right? But you got to be strategic with your triple kiss because there's dudes in there.
Right.
And so like, I was like, if it was a set of two girls, fine. If it was like, then my boy, I'm not gonna say his name. Can't say his name. He goes, bro, I just triple kissed these two chicks. I'm like, what? That other guy was in there too, bro.
Right.
So like he was macking down with the dude, which is, hey man, in 2003, frowned upon. Two dimes in a stash. Two dimes in a Sugar Ray because I had a little soul patch. Because that was popular in 2003.
And it was a dude directly across from him and the women were on each side?
Yeah.
Oh, see, here's the thing. If you're going to be
careful.
If you're going to be gay and do that anyway, you got to have the dude to the side so you're not making eye contact with them while you're
dark. It was dark. We had the strobe light. Doom, 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 doom. I was like, he's like, bro, those two hot girls over there. I'm like, yeah, so dude, triple kiss.
Bro, you triple kiss in 2025. It might just be three dudes.
It could just be three dudes.
that look like chicks. I don't fucking know, man.
Dude. Nostalgia. You know me. I'm all about nostalgia. I'm all about throwing it back. 1990s shows and stuff. What? Oh, God, this is
it's funny. You know how
this could be the last episode.
You know how the 2000s are, or I wouldn't say the 2000s, the late 2000s, 2010s are starting to kind of like the style, the things that were popular. The music, Limp Bizkit is huge again. Like what the fuck? All that's starting to come back around.
Baggy ass pants.
Dude, my wife is low key. She makes these little like she'll drop these little comments. She's excited. She can pretend all she wants, like she's not excited, which she doesn't do. But if she watches it, which she will, and she tries to deny that to me, I'm going to go call bullshit on that because she's just like, well, I have my jeans from then and they still fit and I'm they're going like, whoa. Yeah.
I mean,
bro, hey. the 2010s or early or late 2000s are coming back around, bro, in full force.
So
you're right.
Fast.
The baggy jeans,
so
but they're fucking it up, bro. They're fucking it up. Okay. Look, you're mixing errors together, kids. First of all, Affliction was never cool.
Never cool. I had a shirt though.
Affliction was never cool. You know who wore Affliction? 40-year-old dudes that were into MMA. I feel like I'm like calling myself out here, but I would never wear that shit.
I had one
in the early 2000s.
I had an Affliction shirt
that were jacked on fucking, and not TRT. TRT wasn't even a thing then. They were just taking shitty gym steroids and were aggressive. And
I was in the warrior wear. I don't know if you remember.
I remember warrior wear.
I was in a warrior wear.
But I see kids now wearing Affliction shirts with fucking raver pants, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Janko jeans.
Yeah, and then they wear the raver pants, but they're expensive. They were expensive back then too, but they're expensive. So then they'll wear them like high waters because they don't want them to drag on the ground because they're expensive pants and they don't want to tear the bottoms. That's the whole fucking point. They're supposed to drag on the ground, bro.
Don't drag. You're not. You're supposed to have expensive shoes that no one ever sees.
Yeah.
Yeah, nostalgia. It's coming back for sure. 90s shows. What, Kenny? I watched all the shows and because I like them all. What was your favorite black sitcom?
Family Matters.
Family Matters.
Yeah.
Aunt Rachel fan, huh? Me too. What was the Waldo's girlfriend? Jesus. Maya? Good Lord. Good
Urkel's girlfriend?
moogly. Huh?
Urkel's girlfriend?
Not Urkel's. Maya was Waldo's. I think. Waldo, which was Eddie's friend, R.I.P. Eddie Winslow.
You know, Carl always seemed like a legit good dad. And I guess there was a little bit of me inside that yearned for a dad like that.
Yeah. Cop.
Like a no nonsense cop dad, but like loves his kids. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And hates the nerdy neighbor kid.
But I never like watched Martin or Moesha.
I was never a Moesha guy. I watched Martin a little bit, but but I think that was a little bit above my, like a lot of the jokes in it, I didn't quite understand because I was too young.
I loved all those shows. My favorite black sitcom, though, Cops.
Yeah. Check this out.
Just joking,
so Matt and I always talk about our family. Like my dad's side of the family. The only person that listens to this from my dad's side of the family is my cousin. And every time I mention this particular phrase, he gets really upset because I think it stings him a little bit, but he hates to. I think he secretly admits it in his head. My dad's side of the family is river trash. And what I mean by that is it's white trash, but it's by the river. And Sacramento is by a lot of rivers, particularly American River. And that's my family comes from a place called Orangevale, OV. And there's dudes that walk around, the white guys that act like they're black guys, that talk like they're black guys, but they are fucking white guys, and then say shit like wood, like Peckerwood. I'm like, but you listen to rap and like, what? It doesn't make any sense. OV for life.
Jason
and I'm like,
Williams ruined fucking Sacramento for you guys.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, take that, but put it by the river. Jason Williams by the river. White chocolate by the river is where my family grew up.
He's a legend in Sacramento, though.
Oh, for sure, 100%. But that's my dad's side of the family, and a lot of convicts, a lot of prison time in my family, a lot of domestic, a lot of DV, a lot of DV,
Girl, same,
a lot of meth,
same.
But for some reason, whenever cops, because I can't remember, I think it was it Friday nights or Thursday nights when it like the new episode would premiere. Bro, my whole family.
What you want?
Yeah. Dude, they would all meet at either my aunt's house or my grandma's house. The whole family would get together and have dinner and watch Cops.
Cops, America's Most Wanted, Unsolved Mysteries. Yeah. Those were the staples of the.
Yeah.
I liked Cops, but watching Cops, I realized I could never be a good cop because I always felt bad for them. I believe them. Hey, man, I didn't mean it. Like, I'm not, where you going? I'm going to my house. I'm like, I believe him. I think you're really trying to go to his house. Like, and then they find like a bunch of drugs. Like, oh, I would have got had. I just believe everybody. I'm such a gullible piece of crap. I'm like, I'm sorry, my kid. I'm like, all right, man, get out of here.
Matt just wants to see he lives life with rose-colored glasses. He wants to see the good in everybody.
I see the good in everybody, man.
Sometimes the good in everybody is just they're a good meth dealer.
I like people, dude. Like Sonny from I Would Let Her Go. I'm trying to get to jiu-jitsu. Like, she's trying to get to jiu-jitsu, guys. Let her go. Fuck. Like,
Matt, she's hammered. She's going to kill somebody in the parking lot of jiu-jitsu. We got to kind of wait and see.
I didn't want to talk about that, but it's such a big meme. And it's such a big, I feel like we got to talk about that a little bit. Like, Gordon Ryan's wife got a DUI. What are your thoughts, Kenny?
And a possession charge of I think an unlicensed firearm or a firearm not registered to her, something along those lines. As a man who has gotten a DUI,
got them cannons on her all the time.
Yeah. She's got them things on her. As a man who's gotten a DUI, as a man. I've said this multiple times on the podcast. I used to hate cops. I don't anymore. I don't hate cops. Fuck, I was
one. Thought about it.
I was considering being a cop a couple months ago, but hated cops. My whole fucking life hated cops. I grew up in a not so great part of San Diego. Not a lot of people look like me. I'll say that. A lot of run-ins with cops as a kid. I wrote graffiti. A lot of running from cops as a kid. These are things my parents don't know about. Didn't get caught. Just ran. Real fast white boy. Real fast white boy.
You were fast. You told me that many times that you're fast.
Yeah. And can jump fences like a motherfucker.
I saw this thing like, if you could beat one of your friends in a race and you're guaranteed $500, who you calling out? And you could pick anybody. I'm like, bro, I don't know if I'd pick Kenny.
Yeah. I'd pick you for sure because your knees are fucked.
I'm pretty fast though. I'm pretty fast, bro. Mickey Mantle gene. I'd pick Nate.
Maybe legs.
Nate legs look slow. Like a fucking reindeer, like a giraffe.
But and I've had guns pulled on me at least half a dozen times in my adult life. I've had guns pulled on me by cops. None of them justified. Like at no point did I didn't have a weapon on me. I didn't do anything to deserve a gun being pulled on me. Just, it was one of those like, he's a sketchy looking dude and we're going to be safe. And I'm like, I get it. But what I don't do when I'm pulled over, when I'm being spoken to, but you know what? I'm not a disrespectful asshole, and I'm not talking shit, and I'm not aggressive, because my goal is to try to get the fuck out of there without a ticket or a citation. Maybe I can get a warning, something like that.
Never.
So if I'm nice and I fucking toe the line and I play my part and I'm honest, and I don't try to bullshit them, like maybe I get out of there. I remember one time, this is when cell phone tickets first became a thing, and they were cheap. They were like $35 for your first, if you got pulled over on your cell phone. It's like the first year it happened. I got pulled over by a motorcycle cop on a cell phone. And he pulled me over, and when he came up to my car, he says, "Do you know why I pulled you over?" And I kind of giggled and I said, "Because I'm a fucking idiot." And he laughed and he goes, "You have a good day," and just walked away. That was the best cop experience I've ever had.
I've never got off on a ticket ever. I've been know why I pulled you over? Yeah, probably agree. I think, I'm sorry, sir. You know, I'm a piece of crap. I'm going too fast, or whatever the excuse may be. Okay, here's your ticket. Hey, man. I'm kind of like an ass. I'm not like violent. And I'm listening. I'm doing what I'm told, but I'm not like, I'm just like, yep, sure, cool. Don't small talk me. Thank you. I'm just kind of like a real. Even my wife's like, "Why are you so mean to him?" I was like, "Because he pulled me over." It's not a happy moment of my day.
There was one time where I had we had a party at my house, and I had gone to bed, and there were people still partying at my house. I had roommates, and I passed out, and I woke up to somebody beating on my bedroom door that was locked, and they were saying,
you told us about this. Yeah.
Kenny, it's the police. And I thought it was like one of my roommates or somebody at the party saying, "Hey, the cops are here." So I'm in my boxers. I might've been naked actually, but I think I was in my boxers. And I walked to my door and unlock it, and thinking like, okay, I'm the sober guy. I got to go deal with the cops. I open the door and there's fucking like 4 cops in riot gear with fucking shotguns pointed at me. And I was definitely taken back. I said, "Hey, can I put some pants on?" So they follow me in my room to make sure that I'm not going to grab anything. And I grabbed some sweats that I had on the floor and I put some pants on, and then they arrested me, and I didn't have a shirt on her. They took me outside, put me in a cop car. And then, so obviously you can see all my tattoos, and a cop comes up while they're searching our house at this point, because I didn't realize it, but somebody had reported there was a shooting at my house. There wasn't even a gun in my house. So they're searching the house looking for weapons. They don't find anything, but the cop is trying to small talk me. And he's like, "Oh, I got a sleeve too, blah, blah, blah." And he's wearing one of those like Under Armour, like fucking sleeve things that he has to like cover up his tattoos with. And I'm like, "Bro, like what? Why are you talking to me right now? Like you're fucking searching my house. You got all the people in the house are fucking sitting outside. My girlfriend's sitting on the curb. I'm in handcuffs in a fucking cop car.
We're not going to hang out after this.
Right. We're not buds. You know what I mean? Like I just got my bedroom door answered with a shotgun in my face. Like what part of this is like, "Hey, let's have some small talk with one of these cops"? Like, no, there's a time and a place, buddy.
That said girlfriend, was that, did you, when any of the other guys in the house, Eskimo brothers with that said girl?
No.
She was just a one and only for Kenny, huh?
Yeah. If I dated somebody, I heavily vetted them to make sure that
none of the homies,
they didn't know anybody. You know what I mean? They were outside of the friend group.
Smart. Smart move. Not that smart. I was not that smart back in the day.
But yeah, but now, and here's the fun. So then there was, after I got my DUI, I'll go back to that. After I got my DUI, I was riding dirty for like 3 years. So I was so cautious about like my driving. It almost made me a better driver. About my driving, about not being erratic, about not speeding, about going with the flow of traffic, about not swerving, about keeping my eyes off my phone. Because if I got pulled over, I didn't have a license and I was going to be fucked. That it almost made me a better driver. So I haven't been pulled over, bro, since I got my DUI.
Since we're now monetized on Spotify, thank you guys for that.
We're not technically. We're in
review.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, almost thank you. Since we're monetizing, the big bucks are coming.
Yeah.
And we get our Corvettes, Kenny. Are we getting speeding tickets?
We're going to get matching speeding tickets.
We got to one day go to court together.
Here's the thing. If we have matching Corvettes and we're out fucking racing around on the streets, right? We're being idiots. And one of us gets pulled over, the other guy does not stop. We're not a group at that point.
I don't know.
If I'm getting pulled over, just keep going.
It's going to be you because your car's going to be some crazy color. It's going to be like Barney purple or some shit.
Probably lime green.
Lime green. Yeah. See, that's the difference. Kenny, like, I'm more of like a traditional. I want the Batmobile. Kenny's like, I want people to see me coming like a fucking Skittle.
Yo, if I have C8 Corvette money, it is going to be the most douchebaggy trim level possible. I'm talking black seats with the fucking neon green stitching. Yeah. I want the fucking neon green brake calipers with the black wheels with the neon green car.
I don't even have mine yet. And I get mad when I'm driving my truck and my family's with me. And I'm like, well, this would be a day I couldn't drive the car. I don't even have it yet. Hang on it. I'm like, we're all doing a family event. I guess we couldn't take the vet to this, could we? I guess we wouldn't be able to take the vet to this. I'm already mad at how many times I'm not able to drive it. So stupid. Kenny, you came and trained at Checkmate Marietta on Wednesday. Stop by.
I did.
Cool. And look, a lot of you guys are talking crap on the photo of me. I tapped Kenny. Kenny was tired. I set Kenny up. Kenny got the old banana and tailpipe. I put him up against, he had one round, and then I put him up against a 6'4", 240-pound wrestler, which he did. Kenny did pretty good. And then I came in. I came in. So like I black belt banana and tailpiped his ass. So he was tired. He had no energy.
Look, I'm never going to turn down a roll from Matt. So when Matt comes up to me, even if I'm exhausted, like I was planning on sitting a round out because that was a fucking tough round before Matt. Matt goes, Kenny, you want to roll? And I'm like, fuck, here we go. But here's my problem with you. I got to stop fucking pulling guard with you because all you do is you immediately pass my guard and then fucking smash me. So I'm 2026, no more pulling guard on Matt. I'm fucking wrestling your ass.
Good.
Yeah. So
good. That's good. Yeah. I need to get better at my takedowns on my no gi. My gi game, my throws are very good. But when I have like big, just because my legs are so bad, when I have like just collar ties, I have trouble. Like it's a lot of shit going on body wise. But yeah, it was a good time. Good seeing you there. Had fun.
What are you working on specifically in jiu-jitsu right now? I've got some things. That's why I don't know if I'm starting to have fun. Does that make sense? Do you remember that? Coming into purple belt?
Yeah.
Having fun.
Mm-hmm. What I'm working on specifically in jiu-jitsu right now is I would say takedowns. I would say no gi in general is what I'm trying to get better at. No gi in general. I want to, it's going to be a while before it catches up to my gi game, but I want it to be there. I've said numerous times, I have no doubt about my skills in gi, black belt. In no gi, I would say I may be a fresh black belt or like a dirty brown belt in no gi. I don't think there's definitely a skill set change when it comes to the two.
Okay.
I get definitely more comfortable and I feel better in the gi. And I think that's hard for a lot of people to admit that they're better at one thing or the other. You know what I mean? But right. I would say I'm way better at gi than I am no gi. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like because I have so many more options. There's so many more hours and reps in the gi than I had done with no gi.
I am after New Year's Eve or New Year's Day open mat that I went to, and I was trying to play half guard, and this kid just passed my half by sitting saddle, and he did it twice in a row. I've been like dead set on learning saddle and passing half with it, and I actually it's worked a couple of times, but then when I went to your class on Wednesday, the first person I rolled with, I passed their guard from half to saddle. I intentionally they're an open guard player, but I intentionally forced them into half because I wanted to try this. It worked. Heel hooked. We were good there. And then I tried it against legs after that, and it didn't work. I passed this half and went to sit to saddle, but I didn't. There was a couple of things I was fucking up that I've since corrected. I realized what I was doing wrong. But because I didn't have any like premise to saddle at this point. It was like somebody did it on me, so I was trying to figure out what they did. Now I've actually done a little bit of video watching, and then I spoke with Jason on Friday, and he went over that exact pass from half, and I'm excited to play with saddle. So if you go to my gym and you train with me and you go half, expect that to happen because it's going to.
That's good.
Yeah, it's going to. And so I'm having fun with that. And then same thing with takedowns. Lately, I've been thinking a lot like just gi and no gi in general. Like my legs are too shot to shoot and get low for like a single and whip around. You know what I mean? Like I can't do that anymore. I used to be able to do it when I was a kid, when I wrestled and shit like that. I can't do that anymore.
The inside trip or that one takedown with the inside trip with their legs and I can't do that.
What I'm trying now. I've been watching a lot of like the J-Flow judo videos where he's doing those like where he'll have like let's say in gi like a sleeve or wrist, and then he'll have either like a no gi collar tie or gi. He'll have like the side of the gi shoulder, and where he like tries to get them to move their like kind of like sidestep, you know, and then get the timing for their feet and get the sweep. I've been trying to play with that a little bit to see if I can either get the sweep, or there's times where they'll like lift their leg to block the sweep, but then when they lift their leg, you can switch to like an arm throw.
So like I missed a lateral throw on one of the bigs in our school on Wednesday. Marcos, I think. Big boy. And I had an overhook and I had an underhook, and I went to lateral throw him. And now I can do that with guys who are like 215, 220 pounds. Not when they're like 240, 250 pounds, like big boy, maybe heavier than that. I'm just trying to do the guy, just not trying to do a disservice here. He's just built like a brick shit house. He's strong as shit. He wasn't pushing into me. So he was kind of playing back, like scared of what I'm going to do. So when I went to throw him, I threw myself in this fucking side control.
Oh, shit.
I think you were on the wall watching when that happened. I threw myself in the side control, and I was like,
big dude, blue rash guard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I got to push into him. So when he pushes back, and then I can go for a throw, and then he goes with me. You know what I mean? But since he was kind of walking back, like, screw that, I went to throw him, and he was able to sprawl and go in the side control. And immediately I thought, girl, you're in danger. I was like, I did not want to be here. So I was able to get out and come up on top. But holy crap, that was scary, dude. Fucking lot of meat, dude. A lot of meat on. Like, it's not cool. So you just got to be careful. Those lateral throws and suicide throws can be very dangerous if you don't do the right techniques.
The Marietta gym is the new revision is off the fucking hook, dude. The layout, the layout, they did everything right, man. Yeah, you could tell Poncho's super proud of it too. It looks fucking great.
You were right when he said like the last gym he had to kind of just make doing the fly as he was taking over other buildings and knocking walls down.
Right.
This time he got a clean slate and got to kind of like revise it and
right,
like make it what he wanted. And definitely you could tell it's so nice. And I mean, could you imagine like in 5 years when we have a juice bar too? It's gonna be crazy, dude.
When the Jamba Juice gets shut down and taken over by you guys. Yeah. It's dude, in the location too. It's like if you're doing an afternoon or an evening class, literally walk out the door, there's Chipotle right in front of you. It's like 20 steps away. Day class, morning class, there's a Jamba Juice right outside.
Barber shop. There's a lot of stuff right there.
There's a Starbucks. There's a Chili's. There's a ton of stuff. There's
Yeah.
Chinese who join
Gas station, energy drinks. It's all right there.
Carl's Jr.
There was a home. The first I went there, the first day to open up, I got there. I get there early to open the gym up. There was a homeless lady sleeping in the front by the front door, and I was like, okay, well, your boy's got to do something here. I get to like make her not want to do this anymore because no one had been in that building for months. So this is probably where she sleeps. You know what I mean? So I walk up to her and I park and I hit the bam, bam. I would lock my truck. And then like just kind of like let her know I'm coming. I'm clearing my throat and shit, you know, like I'm walking up on you. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then she looks at me and I go, "You want to train some jiu-jitsu?" Like I was like, "Come on, change your life." And she just looks at me and goes, "Rah!" I'm like, "All right, fuck." All right. I was like, "All right, let me know." And like then everybody started showing up. She never showed up again, so we kind of scared her off. But yeah, man. I don't know. It was I thoroughly enjoyed the new gym. I know that I'm so happy. I'm so proud of Poncho and what he's been able to accomplish, the American dream, and proud to be one of his black belts and just to be included in pictures with Leo and all this crazy stuff was pretty cool. So like, I'm like, wow, this is crazy to be like, Poncho said when he first started jiu-jitsu, he knew Leo, but Leo was like the big guy already, you know, and he was like that. And he was a nobody in Poncho. And he's like, this guy doesn't even like me. Poncho's like, Leo doesn't even like me. He doesn't even know my name. Doesn't even know who I am. And now it's kind of like Poncho's kind of like, Leo's like a big brother / father figure almost to like Poncho when it comes to jiu-jitsu. They're like so tight. You know what I mean? And when I started with Poncho, he didn't know who I was. You know what I mean? Like I was a nobody. And then now to be like one of his instructors at his school and like in the pictures, you know what I mean? It's a pretty cool honor. And it's pretty happy and pretty stoked to be a part of it. So yeah. And then we had the 6 a.m. with Leo Vera at 6 a.m. Leo was like, why 6 a.m.? Normally that's a 6 p.m. spot.
Right.
Poncho said, no, the 6 a.m. class is the heartbeat. And he didn't say that technically, but I'm saying the 6 p.m. classes, the 6 a.m. is the heartbeat of the damn gym. People at the night classes talk about how cool the 6 a.m. class is. So like our 6 a.m. class, I'm so proud of everybody in that class and the consistency and the work and what people are putting in. Like I've told you guys this many times on the side, but you guys freaking killing it, bro. You make it easy. You make it easy to want to train jiu-jitsu because it's such an infectious group of dudes and ladies. So
yeah, that's dope. As far as stuff going on in the jiu-jitsu world, Craig releases an Octopus Guard DVD or instructional DVD. Nobody fucking has a DVD player anymore. Octopus Guard instructional, and is donating the proceeds of it to a women's like sexual abuse help group.
He's doing a lot of good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, is polarizing as he may be sometimes when he is, going hard on Gordon or those related to Gordon or, the Isaac Michels and things like that. Like, it really does feel like he only goes after dudes that deserve it. And I think the thing about the Gordon thing is because Nikki's another involved party. That's the only reason why we don't know as much about it. But as hard as he's going at Gordon, it makes me wonder like how bad stuff actually was. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it must have been pretty bad over there.
So, but it's also, I mean, fucking good on Craig, dude. He's like, he's doing the right things. I think so. He's popular. He's polarizing. He's charming, but he's very good at jiu-jitsu, obviously. And, but he's making a stand against things that are important issues that I think get swept under the rug a lot because people don't want the bad press in jiu-jitsu or bad press at their gym. But, I think how you get rid of things is you get the bad press and you make people so scared of it.
For jiu-jitsu is that OnlyFans rash guard though. God, I just think
it's funny. It's funny, but then some people that have no business being in that OnlyFans rash guard or in that rash guard.
It's like an oxymoron. Like, come on, bro. I just think it is not.
My boy's out here with the only hands.
I'm not a huge fan of his no-gi kits in general. Again, maybe I'm not this a bright, colory guy, but like his new one looks like an old prison gear. You see his new stuff? Like,
that's hilarious. And then he sent one of the kits to Gordon. So
I met Sonny and Gordon one time. They were at Checkmate Marietta doing a private with Steve or whatever. The guy used to be the 10th Planet guy, bigger guy.
Yeah.
In passing, I saw them. She is little, dude. She is so small.
Yeah.
She's the size of like a little blow up you get at Aldi.
I saw them at an ADCC Open, and she's very tiny. I know. Yeah, Steven was, even when we were at 10th Planet, Steven was booking Gordon for privates for his kid.
That's some good stuff. And I know how much those cost. Well, did you see Gordon has a 20th? Hey, guys, special deal. Gordon Ryan, lifetime membership, guys, at Kingsway, 20 grand. A one-time fee of $20K. You could train with Gordon for the rest of your life.
Let me see. So 20,000. And we know is it $450 a month?
$450 a month. That's what we've heard.
So that's 450 months. That's less than 4 years.
So I mean, that's kind of a good. If you're like paying that price, it's kind of a good deal. Is what you're saying?
No. Okay, it's not 450 months. Hold on. So $20,000 divided by 450 is 44. So 44 months. So it's less than 4. You're basically 4 years. Yeah, you're paying less than 4 years of a membership up front, and you're getting lifetime. It's not a bad deal.
I mean, I guess if you're willing to pay that, it's not a bad deal.
If you got the 20 grand and you're a miser, it's a fucking steal. If you're going to be doing, especially if you're a white belt and you're like, okay, I'm going to do this through black. Like, the
only concerns I have is Gordon going to teach the rest of his life?
Well, you got Danaher there as well. You got, I think so. I think that's what he's going to do after.
Can we say he's done competing? You think?
I think we'll see after ADCC. If he doesn't compete in this ADCC, I think we can say that he's officially done. But I think he may be making a comeback for ADCC. I don't know if you saw this, though. There's some video footage of him training in the gi recently. And he fucking looks good, dude.
No, I mean, I bet you he's pretty good in the gi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just throwing it out there.
We just never see him. Yeah.
I would bet you he's trained gi before.
Yeah, I know he got his black belt through training through gi in the beginning. So,
I would say.
Do you think he's top 10 in the world in gi? Based off the little footage we've seen,
maybe it's just putting his skill set there. In an adult division, they're allowing heel hooks in adult divisions. I think it could get there. I think so. In adult divisions, they allow them now.
In the gi, no shit.
In the gi black belt, yeah. I think I could be wrong. I don't know, but I think so. And I think if that's the case, then I think he could be, because if he can get to his spots, he still gets to his spots. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just got to work to break the grips and defend him. Oh, Gordon. We can't quit Gordon. He's just always in the news. If there was no Gordon and there was no Craig Jones, we would have nothing.
IBJJF gi competitions, heel hooks are illegal for all belts in all divisions.
No, sorry, guys. I thought I was wrong. I thought they were legalizing them in the gi in adult divisions. Black belt.
Why don't
maybe that's sorry. Spoke wrong. That's no gi.
Why don't they allow them in the gi?
I think it's just
because the cloth, you get more bite or something.
Yeah, the cloth and the friction. Look, that's no gi. No gi IBJJF adults can do heel hooks, I believe.
Yes,
that's what it is.
Say that.
Yeah. Sorry, I misspoke. Not the gi. But without Gordon Ryan, without Craig Jones, we don't have a fucking podcast. I'll tell you that right now. I don't know. Like, no one does anything.
They give us something to talk about.
Who's talking? Like, what are we talking? You guys are all the news. There's two guys have all the news. Shout out RAF though. We got some big wrestling matches coming up, and that's pretty cool. You all remember versus Bo Nickel? That's sick.
Have you watched any of those actual events?
I have not.
Dude, they're fucking good. The production value is good.
Who's the creative RAF?
Who?
Hulk Hogan.
No shit.
Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff. I believe that's the one. And they started off Real American Freestyle. Yep. Hulk Hogan.
No shit.
Yep. That was his thing. And
well, that would explain the production value.
Yeah, he wanted to make it real popular and put it on the map. And they're doing it. Eric Bischoff and Hulk Hogan are the creators of RAF. So you may not like what Hulk Hogan stands for, but he made it exciting. And it is exciting.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of wrestling fights. DC, they're trying to get DC versus John Jones in wrestling.
What?
They're trying for it. Yeah, that's in the works. They're trying to get that. They got that Muggsy versus Gio. They got Bo Nickel versus Yoel, which is sick.
Dude, did you see Yoel's last match?
Oh, bro. I want to go. This year, Kenny, we got to go to some events. Like, it doesn't have to be jiu-jitsu, but an RAF event would be cool.
Yeah.
Just something like me, you, maybe legs, just go like something local. You know what I mean? Like submersive. We're already going to be at PGF playoffs.
Right.
But we've said that we want to do more events. I just want to be more in the scene of that kind of stuff. I know I said, I want to do a power slap, and they're like, I would never go to a power slap. I'm like, come on, man. I think that'd be fun. I'd have a great time. You wouldn't have a fun time at a power slap event? We're not critiquing it. We're just front.
I know I wouldn't be. You know what I'd be doing? I would drink a lot of beer at Power Slap.
We'd be like, I would love it.
You would see fucked up Kenny at Power. I would have to be fucked up to sit through that.
God,
and then it would be hilarious.
Just watching chicks get knocked out and slapped, and
when their fucking faces move and their fucking jaws like ahead of their face by half.
Is it still going?
I don't know. I don't hear a lot about it. The clips aren't popping up.
I don't know about it.
They were saying it was the fastest growing fucking entertainment sport on YouTube for a while.
They also said fucking UFC BJJ had 9 million views in one night.
I find that hard to believe, guys. Yeah, Power Slap is gearing up for 2026.
Job.
Power Slap's going to be on Paramount Plus.
Is it? Okay. Well, they got a network. God damn. UFC BJJ is doing a horrible job at promoting the UFC BJJ, which makes me have concerns. Is this shit going to last? Because
I don't think it will.
I wanted to.
I wanted to last. I don't think it'll last because I don't think that whoever they have in charge of it, which I know who they have in charge of it, but whoever they have in charge of it, I don't think that they have their finger on the pulse of competitive jiu-jitsu, in its current state.
Isn't it Claudia Gagelia or whatever?
Yeah.
No, it's not like it's. You're not doing it right, guys. You're not doing what RAF is doing. You're not having super jiu-jitsu fights for people from the past days.
Right.
Like Damian Maia versus Nate Diaz in the gi. Come on, dude.
Right.
You know what I mean? Set it up. People want to watch that. I want to watch that. Hoist Gracie versus somebody in the gi or no gi, whatever, grappling.
Yeah. Here's something we can talk about.
George St. Pierre versus Matt Serra, no gi. Come on. UFC BJJ, hire your boy. I got ideas.
Here's what you do. You do GSP versus Nate Diaz.
Yeah. See, Matt Serra is so good of a grappler, though. He's such a good grappler.
I think Matt Serra beats GSP, especially if we're talking in the gi.
If in the gi, yes. No gi, it'd be different. And GSP is my favorite fighter ever. But Matt Serra is that guy in jiu-jitsu, bro.
For sure.
It would be a fun fight.
Yeah. There's a lot of good matches that they could do like that. I just don't. Here's the thing that RAF is doing is they don't think they're putting anything under exclusive contract. They're just grabbing guys for fucking super fights and being like, let's do this. They're essentially doing what Who's Number One was doing, right?
Or Meta Morris.
Right.
back in the day. Yeah.
UFC BJJ keeps trying to lock everybody down. The problem with that is that you're going to miss out on a lot of guys that don't want to be locked down because they want to be able to compete as often as possible. And
You're making a league with no structure.
Right.
You're locking people down and now they're stuck. And there's no structure. There's no eyeballs. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
there's a lot of good potential matches out there. Here's the problem too. When it comes to MMA, the matchmakers in the UFC are the best in the business. When it comes to jiu-jitsu, whoever they've got matchmaking over there, they don't have their finger on the pulse of current competitive jiu-jitsu scene. You need somebody that's able to look at guys and be like, okay, well, I'm not just looking at wins versus losses stats numbers here. I'm looking at excitement. Mm-hmm. I think they're sleeping on Varela. They should be pushing the Varela thing way harder than they are. You have your fucking superstar in the league. Is he the champ? Doesn't need to be. Doesn't need to be the fucking champ.
You have your Donald Cerrone.
Yeah. That's your first generation fucking, jiu-jitsu badass that you have.
Your Nate Diaz, your Nick Diaz. You got him. There he is.
And you guys are not pushing him fucking nearly hard enough. The guy needs to be the face. He needs to be on the fucking billboard for UFC BJJ. And he's already doing highlight reel shit. Fucking that's what you do is you show UFC BJJ highlight reel shit during the UFC fight so the people in the crowd see it and they're like, oh fuck. And the people watching at home see it and they're like, oh fuck. And you have Varela, he's a good looking dude, he's fucking jacked, he's a highlight reel, he's got the attitude. Like you fucking make that guy the face of your fucking league and watch people flock to it and actually watch it.
Yep, good social media, all that is good.
Yeah,
for sure. That would be my face also. That'd be my face of the company. By his building, he'd have a title shot so fast. I don't know I know it's him and what's his name, right? Other kids, Checkmat kids.
William Tackett. I'm sorry, Andrew Tackett.
Andrew Tackett.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, I mean, still, like where's Andrew Tackett? Why is he not like? Who's he fighting next? Nobody knows.
Another good-looking kid.
Champion should be fighting every month.
Right, especially in jiu-jitsu. You
should throw, back in the UFC days, back in the day, they used to have like, obviously the live prelims, you can watch those, right? But you should also be able to like, back in the day when you buy UFC and the fights would be going on too fast, they show you a prelim fight from earlier in the night. Mm-hmm. Otherwise you would never see it. Throw me a fucking UFC BJJ match in there.
Yeah, you're not wrong there.
Just to put eyeballs on it. Like, your shit's going to die and it ain't going to work.
Yeah, give us the spotlight.
You guys are, I mean, I saw so much power slap stuff when they were trying to launch that shit.
Right. And where are your clips? Where's your social media presence is weak?
It's hard to find the clips because jiu-jitsu guys, and I'll say it again, the leg game is boring to watch because it's hard to understand and there's nothing there. Like, thank God for guys like Varela who flip over them and shit. But if there wasn't any of that, there's nothing. Like, it's just like a double sit, bro. Like, it is. Well,
and that's where PGF has a good thing going, where you don't get as many points for a break as you do a choke. So it's like it behooves you to go for the neck.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, thank God for Craig Jones and Gordon Ryan because someone's dropping the ball. I'm excited for PGF coming up. That'll be good. Hearing rumors of a new franchise. I can't say anything yet, but that should be exciting. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, what else? We got questions.
Got a ton of questions.
Ton of questions.
Okay, let's see what we got here. I'll do this one first because it's a little longer and it's probably going to be more of a topic than a question. But it says, I prefer to be anonymous. I'm the only woman who attends my 6 a.m. class, training 5 times a week with a bunch of highly skilled upper belt men. They let me work and treat me well, but I'm curious, should I switch academies in order to see how I stack up against other women / be able to train with women regularly I don't want to leave, but there's just no woman's culture at my gym. I'm getting smashed all the time, but I do feel that I am improving. Curious on your thoughts on this. Blue belt, 4th year training, masters 1 female.
You are improving. If you can do a little bit against men, it's only going to be like 5x better than on women, right? Are they going 100% on you as a blue belt? Probably not. They're probably letting you work a little bit, and they're taking it easy on you. And I'm not trying to be sexist or anything like that, but you're not getting there 100%. Now if you're a bigger broad, then maybe they are giving you, and you're a littler man, they are giving you 100%, but I'm just going off like what an average woman would be and what an average size guy would be. They're probably taking it easy on you. You should be, if I was in your shoes, if I was in your Crocs, I would say, look, I'm going to train at my gym, but I'm going to cross train at other open mats where I know a bunch of girls are.
Mm-hmm.
And the jiu-jitsu, the women's community in jiu-jitsu is such a small thing, but it's like so close. Like all the girls kind of know each other in the area. So you got to find your open mats. Like, and yeah, I would cross train at other gyms. If you have a legit professor and be like, hey, I'm going to go train at this open mat because I know girls are there. I'm still going to train your class, but like when I can, I'm going to try to get it in with these girls. I'm sure he would be 100% okay with that. There's nothing wrong with that. You need to test yourself and find, so you can have good roles, so you can dominate some roles against girls. That is important. It is important to land your stuff, not always be on defense, or not always know if like, did I really get that, or does the guy let me work? There's nothing worse. There's nothing worse than like not knowing if you really got that legitimately or not. And being the only girl, you might be thinking that. So you should cross train at other gyms. I would stay loyal to your current gym, and that's your home gym, and still train with the guys. But I would cross train at other gyms, and then have those girls at those cross training like, hey guys, come train at my gym sometimes, and then have them cross train at your gyms. Like you kind of got to be a nomad as a girl in this game when you're trying to find smoke.
The gym that I attend is a smaller gym, and there are a couple of women that train there. I would say consistently, like that are there weekly, multiple times a week. I'd say there's probably 4 women that train pretty consistently. We have a few more. We have some, like, there's probably 3 to 4 more that come once a week, twice a week, here and there. It just depends on work and stuff like that. These people all have lives outside of jiu-jitsu. But the 4 main ones that they train all the time, they a lot of the time go train at Matt's gym and with some of the girls there. And I know that they go train at one of the local Carlson Gracie gyms, because there's one of the 2 people that own it is a woman, and she's a blue belt, and her and her husband own it together. And so they go train there, and they just get these different looks. They're building these like relationships with women in the other gyms that might even be competition for them when it comes time to like, actually step on the blue and golds and compete. But they understand that competition is competition, and they also understand that it's beneficial for them to get some different training partners outside of their own gym. If I only have of the 4 girls that are pretty consistently training in my class, like they're not the same size. Like one of them is 100 and I don't know. She's 135 pounds or something like that. And one's like 110 pounds, like 20 pounds on a woman.
It's a big difference.
It's a big difference, especially when you're that low of a weight. You know what I mean? Like the difference between 200 and 220 is like, yeah, it's a weight class. The difference between 110 and 130 is like, that's 20% of your body weight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's a big deal. So, they're going to find people that have, like body types and things like that, and skill sets, and maybe better skill sets. And they're getting their reps in. So I think I agree with everything that Matt said. And I've seen it personally coming from a smaller gym. So
you're not being disloyal by finding smoke that you need to find.
Right. But don't leave the gym. But that's just should have leave the gym. Don't leave the gym. If you've already pointed out the good things. One, the guys aren't mistreating you. It's a good culture overall, which you don't know what you're going to be walking into if you try to leave. And you feel like you're getting better and you're progressing. You'd be probably shocked at how much you're progressing once you actually go against somebody that's more your size, weight, and strength level.
Maybe it's your job to create the women's culture in your gym. to make girls want to train there. I've seen that happen firsthand at our gym. Some girls love jiu-jitsu so much. Now there's like a huge 6 a.m. jiu-jitsu of girls there, all because one girl said, "Hey, I'm here, come train." And she put out the freaking bat signal. You know what I mean?
Right.
Before we get the next question, these questions are brought to you by Optiva Wellness. Peptides are the rave, and we got a code to help you save. BJJ Balance 10. Save. Go to Optiva. What is the website, Kenny? I can't see it right here. Go to
OptivaWellness.com.
OptivaWellness.com and, put in our BJJ Balance 10. Save. Kenny's been on peptides for a week now. You notice anything different, Kenny?
I've been on peptides for way longer than a week.
Right, but I'm talking about the one.
The tirzepatide.
Yeah.
Yes. So no, I haven't had any weight loss yet. But my diet is definitely changing, and I'll say a couple of different things. One, I would say portion wise, I don't eat nearly as much. I don't feel the need to finish the plate. Two, I don't have the same cravings for snacks all the time that I do. Or it's easier to talk myself out of them. Where before it was just like, I need a fucking Snickers bar. I'm gonna go buy one right now, like that kind of thing. Like
you
I
like
just
Snickers because they're a little veiny, huh?
Yeah. And what I do is
like
I get two of them. Right. Everybody says just flip it upside down. No. I get two of them and then I stack the flats back to back. Lick it, boom. Now I got veiny on both sides, and then I don't bite them.
Dude, double vein.
I suck them, but I suck and twist the Snickers. Because that's not gay. You're welcome.
Holy shit. That's our sponsor, guys. Optiva Wellness.
I'm glad they like us. I'm glad they like us.
OptivaWellness.com. Change your game. Save BJJ Balance 10. And, libido, boom, double veins.
But yeah, it's doing its job. It's just I have to do.
It's still early in that tide. Yeah.
Emily Oop, any tips for someone who, since moving / changing gyms, feels like they've plateaued?
I know one thing, Emily. If you have a daughter, you better name her Allie. Second, Allie Oop. Come on, dude. Yeah. That's like. So what was the question? The name got me.
It says, any tips for someone since moving / changing gyms feels like they've plateaued?
Is that because you don't have your friends anymore?
I've got a tip.
Okay.
I've got a tip.
You take a Snickers bar and you
No. This is where I think something like journaling comes into play. I know Matt is anti-journaling, but this is where I feel like it's a benefit. One, you feel like you've plateaued because you don't see progress, but you're not looking at the small bits of progress. You're trying to look at the big picture. And maybe the competition at your gym is a little different too. Here's another thing too. Your last gym, you've been rolling with those people for an extended period of time, so you knew all of their game. And they knew your game, but you could work around things. You had answers because you knew how they were going to play. This new gym, you don't know that. So you're trying to figure out people's games still. Mm-hmm. And if you're a newer belt and they're a higher belt, they're probably getting past your game fairly simple just because they have more experience in jiu-jitsu than you do. So what you need to do, and this is something that Matt and I talked about way in the beginning, he's not a journaler person, but he did have the idea of you need to set these little goals ahead of time. So like maybe a win doesn't look like a submission to you. Maybe a win against certain people that you're rolling with looks like, okay, today I'm going to escape getting my back taken, or I'm going to get 3 back takes. And those are the goals you start setting towards. It's like, so we got to go back to these baby building blocks. It's like, okay, I'm going to take 3 people's backs today and try to work on hand fighting and getting a sub. Now, if you don't get the sub, the point was to get the back takes. And once you get more consistent at getting the back takes, then you can move on to like, okay, well, we've graduated from the back takes. Now I'm going to work on getting the back takes. And today I'm going to hand fight 3 people to at least get 1 arm around the neck. Now, am I going to be able to finish it? I don't know. That's the goal, but I'm going to get at least 1 arm around the neck. And you just work your way, those little building blocks up until you get a rear naked or whatever it is, whatever is, your submission of choices in the game that you play. But you've got to set smaller goals that you can achieve with work. Not so easy that you'll definitely get them, but you definitely have to work for them, but they're not like out of reach. And as you start to get those goals consistently, now we can build upon those and go for something a little further. And doing that over time and then journaling it down, because the reason I say that is it makes it tangible. It makes it real. It gets it out of your head and onto the paper, and it almost like locks it into your memory. Like, okay, I've done this, you know? And then I like to journal review. So I journal the night or after class. I review before class the next day to this is what I did last week, blah, blah, blah. This is where I left off. Okay. And this is my goals for today. And then I'll kind of like journal on what my plan is for today. And then after class, I'll go back and I'll journal like, okay, out of my plan, I was able to accomplish this, and this.
I wish there was like AI. I know AI is everywhere. Like for that, like you could put in like, this is what I did today. This is what I did that. And it kind of gives you the statistics and stuff like that. It'd be kind of cool. You might be homesick. Now, I think you can get homesick in training. You get so attached to your team and then you move, whether it's work or maybe you move to a different time of the class that you can't train. So now you're not training with your 5 p.m. guys anymore. You know what I mean? And now you're with a bunch of new people and it just doesn't feel the same. The vibe is off. That could be a real thing in jiu-jitsu, being homesick because you're used to your people that you roll with. You're used to the camaraderie. It's just going to take time to develop that. Being homesick is not just something from like at your house or you miss your family, because sometimes they say jiu-jitsu is like family. So when you move and now you have a different group of girls and guys to roll with, it just feels off. You're right. It's like the new kid at school. You haven't made new friends. You're just like, this is not like, now I'm in a lull. I don't feel like going to jiu-jitsu because so-and-so is not there. You know what I mean? Like, so like, I got to go just for the jiu-jitsu. And sometimes just the jiu-jitsu is not a reason to go, especially when you're first starting. You go because you have friends and your friends make you go. And your friends go, where you at, pussy? Get here. You didn't learn that class today. You need that guy. And if you're not in anybody's group thread, no one knows who you are, you're not getting that. So you rather just stay home. So you might just be homesick.
Yeah. Yeah. One thing that I'll say about the 6 a.m. class at your gym is it's not my home gym, but I do feel at home when I'm there. And I don't necessarily feel that when I do go to occasional 6 p.m. class. There might be people there that I know, but there's people in your 6 a.m. class. There's a lot of people that I don't know. I have no fucking clue who they are. And maybe it's because of this podcast and because of my relationship with you that a lot of those guys have been so open to embrace me. But I do feel I feel like even if that weren't the case, like some of those guys are just legit good people. And I
cannot explain my gym 6 a.m. I can't give anybody the credit. The only people who can get credit for are the people who train there. This 6 a.m. class at my gym. And I don't like podcasts to talk about stories of like their own gym because it's like, I don't know that guy. That makes no sense. This is boring to me. And I try not to do that a lot. But our gym is like the Sandlot. The 6 a.m. class is like the Sandlot. Someone could move away and then someone just fills his spot and the game just keeps going. I can't explain it.
Yeah.
Something could tragically happen to me tomorrow and I'm no longer here. And that class will be there. Someone's going to be there Monday. Right. And someone's going to be alive. They might not have the sponsors, but someone will be there and it's just going to keep going. Like someone can move. We've had guys move away and we just keeps going. The 6 a.m. team, no sleep. It's the group of people there. I can't put it into words of like how special this group is. There's that office sayings like, I wish someone would tell us that we were in the good times before we left them. We're in the good times. I tell guys all the time, Team No Sleep, we're in the good times. Someday, 15 years from now, we're all going to look back and some of these guys aren't training no more and this, because that's just what happens. And we're like, remember when we would just do that at 6 a.m.? So we need to cherish that because right now, this special group of people, this is the good times.
Yeah. This is from Greco Jitsu, 67 kilograms. Belt promotions, should they be a surprise or should you know that you're getting your belt?
I think they all should be a surprise. I think I would love for them all to be a surprise. Now, I guess black belt maybe should know. But I think I would change that up too. I think they should all be a surprise, and I would like surprise my black belts. So this is what I'm going to do, because I like the surprise factor of them. I like people not knowing they're going to get them, and then they get them. But I think if I ever have my own gym, or ever have the honor to give somebody my first black belt, I would surprise them in class with it around the homies. You know what I mean? Or at a tournament or whatever. And then say, we're going to have a ceremony for it on this day. Bring your family. But like, I would surprise them live with it, because I think that's cool. I don't want, I know some gyms are like, hey, you're getting your black belt in like 3 weeks. Tell your family. Super happy for you. I think you should surprise them with it in class and get the pop and the shock. Maybe give a like off the cuff speech, force them to do some shit. You know what I mean? Right. But then like, and we're going to have pro promotions in like 3 weeks. We're going to have they give you there properly then. And it just gives you time to tell your family and everybody, so they can all be there and witness the ceremony of a plaque for you and all that. I think that's how you should do it. I think all belts should be a surprise. I think it's the funnest part, and it's one of the best parts about being a professor, surprising them. But I get why some gyms don't, because they want their family to be involved, and it's not fair. Like, these guys work hard, but I liked being surprised on all of mine. I never knew when I was going to get mine. I was surprised the whole time. What about you? Like surprise? I
mean, I think mostly surprise.
So you're in this right now. You know you're getting your purple belt here in a couple weeks.
And I say that because I think I think surprise is awesome. But if you're like me and you actually got a 4 stripe on your belt and you're working through it, like you pretty much know it's coming around. Mm-hmm. And where I would have been surprised is, we talked about in episode 100, Matt reached out to my professor and was like, dude, we should give him his purple belt on episode 100. Like, I would have been genuinely surprised, because it's not.
That was the plan. I don't know if you told it. Did we talk about that?
I don't know if you told me. You guys told me.
So I had reached out to Kenny's professor, and I was like, hey, we're doing episode 100. We're doing this Hot Ones challenge. I think it would be very cool if you would show up on the podcast. And Kenny be like, why is Jason here? And all of a sudden we give him his belt with his mouth on fire. And I thought that'd been a cool thing. And Jason's like, I'm down. When are you recording? And the timing wasn't there. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, that was the plan. But yeah, no, that would have been cool.
Right. And so that's where I guess Matt's point comes in. Like, you could surprise somebody during a class roll and whatnot, but say, hey, belt promotions, like, what do? You have them wear their blue? Like if you surprise them with it, do you say like, hey, you just don't wear it yet or something like that? No,
you're right. Look at Bravo got his black belt on the podium. And then he was a black belt the whole week, but then they brought him up on promotions to officially give a speech and stuff. So like, it's your ceremony. Like, you are the black belt already, but like, I guess you're, cause you're emotional and crying. Like, you might not be that, like, your wife wants to be there for that. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a hard thing. It's a good question. It's like it's like the chicken and the freaking egg. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know. It's a hard one to deal with. I see both sides with benefits from both.
We have a ton more questions, but we're only going to ask one more, because we're going to record an episode later this week, because I'll be out of town next weekend. So I'm just going to ask this one last question, and then we'll save the rest of these for next week.
6.5 inches, dude.
I'm going to skip to this one because it's pertinent, because this episode releases Tuesday, and this person asking the question is going to be starting jiu-jitsu or take their first class on Thursday. Mm-hmm. This is from RKB Tactical. It says tips for 0-day BJJ class.
First day, wear sandals. Okay. Because shoes is going to be a problem for you.
He's coming to Nogi as well.
It's coming to Nogi. Okay. So he's doing both. Maybe learn how to tie your belt at home.
He's coming for Nogi class.
He's coming for Nogi. Okay.
He's coming to your Nogi. 6 p.m. Your gym's 6 p.m.
Okay. So Nogi, just have an open mind, bro. It sounds like your last tactical in your handle. It sounds like you're not afraid for some little confrontation, which that's good. Just have an open mind, have fun. You're going to get tired because you're not going to this would be a different environment and breathing probably if your first day. And just have fun. Like they're just have a low expectations on your first day. And don't be afraid to vomit. It's like like your first day is like it's everybody remembers their first day. You remember your first day of jiu-jitsu, Kenny? What were you feeling?
Nervous. And I didn't know anything. You know, I was fortunate that my first day of jiu-jitsu was the opening of a school. So the majority of the people there didn't know anything also.
Okay. My first day of jiu-jitsu, I had went to a karate class. It was like a Dog Brothers stick fighting class. And there was a guy in Hemet off Harvard, had this crazy school of like, and they're like ground fighting. I'm like, oh, okay. This is MMA. And I went in there and I took a class and I signed a waiver. And I was like, this is not it. I knew. I've been watching UFC because my cousin was like, you should do that. Because I had nothing to do after like my sports career was over or college or whatever. And I was like, and I went in there and I was like, man, I don't know, man. These guys are kicking paddles and shit and kicking balloons. You know, I was like, this is not what I'm seeing when I'm watching Rich Franklin do UFC countdowns. You know what I mean? Like so there was nothing. And then finally I was lifting weights and some guy came up to me and was like, hey man, you're looking for MMA? You're looking for the real deal? Like, come here. And I went and he gave me an address and I called this guy and I met some guy and then I went to some guy's garage and like, yeah, I was just like training in some garage and it was like, that was it. That was like a legit jiu-jitsu. And he was only a blue belt, but like he had Muay Thai experience. So I was doing the whole MMA thing and I was nervous. Because there was striking involved. There's no striking in your first jiu-jitsu class. That's what you got to realize. You're not getting punched. You're not getting kicked. You're just wrestling. And wrestling is the number one first sport we're born to do. Little babies wrestle each other. Kids wrestle each other. You're just going to go out there and just roll around. Put your jelly on the mat and get weird. So you shouldn't be nervous. Like there should be no nerves in jiu-jitsu. Now, if you have nervous of claustrophobia or something like that, then maybe. But like, you're not going to get punched. You're not going to get kicked. You're not going to get knocked out. Number one rule, tap. If you're going to tap the person's body. Always tap your opponent's body. Don't tap the floor. They can't feel the floor. So they're just going to keep squeezing. So make sure you find it. Yeah, make sure you tap the person's body. I don't care if it's their dick, their ass, their face. You tap their body to let them know that, okay, I'm tapping. Or yell it. So that's it. There's nothing much. Just this is it, man. This is welcome. Today is the day. The Thursday around your class at 6 p.m. Thursday around 5:15. You're probably going to pull up in the parking lot. You're going to look yourself in the mirror and you're like, all right, son of a bitch, let's get this. And you're going to walk in the gym. You're going to fill out the waiver. You're going to sit there. And that day right there, that's the healthiest your body's ever going to feel right there, sitting there signing that waiver, sitting there signing that waiver. And then you're going to step on the mat and all those little injuries are going to happen. But that's all good, dude, because mentally you're going to feel great and this is going to be fantastic, dude. Welcome to jiu-jitsu.
I would say nobody is there to actually hurt you or kill you. Though
I'm showing up too. I'm showing up. If I'm on disability, I'm there. Okay. Not training, I'm on disability, but I'm there. I'm there, dude.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. There's a lot of guys at this gym that are your size, so you know you're going to have some good work, and it's a very welcoming gym. These are people that within a week or two are going to feel like close homies, because they're talkative. You're going through the same shit together. You're doing hard work with people that have the same mindset of wanting to build something better than it was before. And I think just realize that like even when you have a tough round, nobody's trying to kill you. Maybe they're going to match your pace, but maybe they want to show you something. Like, okay, you're strong. You're an in shape, fit guy. And then maybe somebody shows you like, that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Maybe
I heard a guy this weekend, Kenny. I heard a guy. being too strong. So, but don't worry about hurting people.
Yeah.
Either.
But so I'd say the best thing about jiu-jitsu, and this is like, I think I heard this from Eddie Bravo, was not a direct quote, but just the mindset was, whatever somebody in this class is able to do to you in time, if you keep showing up, you'll be able to do that to somebody else.
Yeah, that's true. Eddie Bravo, big Gi fan.
It's more
I know
technical.
he was being funny. But I heard somebody this weekend before we closing. So shout out Bo. Didn't mean to hurt your knee, dude. I literally was like, I want Bo. And Bo give me the eyes like, Bo's a white belt, you know. I was like, I want Bo. He's like, I was like, oh, okay. He's like, oh boy. Cause in his eyes, he was like, oh boy. He was like, great. And then I was like, don't worry. I was like, I want to hurt him. I was like, I'm going to hurt this guy right here. That's what I said. Being funny, did not plan on hurting him. Okay. So right when the round stops, I drop to my hands and knees and go to turtle, let him take my back. Right. He posts his foot right by my ear and like trying to do like maybe a crucifix on my arm. Well, here's the thing. I'm pretty strong on the arms. So I was like, yeah, pull my arm out with your legs, dude. And I freaking sucked his leg back in, pulled it in, a knee pop, bam, his knee, pat. He's like, ah, he fell. I was like, oh shit. I was like, he's like, my knee. And I fucking helped him to the wall. Sorry, Bo. My bad, dude. Fuck, dude. I always hurting people, dude.
Yeah, but you get hurt too. You got hurt. I mean, fucking wrist.
That's a roll with JB. I'm hurt all the time. I saw that reel. The guy's like, I don't want a professor that doesn't have a little bit of injuries. He's like, if you're hurt, he's like, I want my professor to have some bad knees, some injuries, walking a little funny. That's how you know you have a guy who's went through it. Well, I am him. If that's what you're looking for, dude, come train with us. Check me out. I'll be your professor. I'm fucking dying over here. You think of what I'm thinking, Kenny?
Aim for the bushes, brother.
Aim for the bushes. My name is Matt at Nation BJJ. This is Kenny at Freak Party BJJ. Follow us on all our socials: Discord, YouTube, please, Spotify, killing it, Facebook, we're there, TikTok, I post, Kenny don't. Life is good when you're choking your friends. Have a good week. We'll see you next week. New podcast, 50 weeks straight. We're on it. Let's go. Os.